I don't know why I chose to spend the weekend alone in that cabin. Maybe I wanted to clear my head. Maybe I wanted to test myself to see if I could handle solitude. I've never been the type to enjoy being alone, but something about the idea of being away from everything, no people, no internet, no distractions, felt like exactly what I needed. The cabin was about 3 hours from the nearest town, high up in the mountains. I had rented it from an old man who barely spoke a word to me, just handed me the keys and nodded toward the steep, winding road that led further up. The drive was difficult, the kind where one wrong turn could send you tumbling down the side of the mountain. The air grew thinner the higher I went, and the trees pressed in on either side of the narrow path. Turning the daylight D, I am happy by the time I arrived. The sun was beginning to set behind the peaks, casting long shadows over the landscape. The cabin stood on a small plateau, backed against a rocky slope and overlooking a valley that stretched for miles. The view was breathtaking, but there was something unsettling about the isolation. The nearest cabin was miles away, and the trees on either side of the clearing were thick and dark, almost swallowing the structure whole. The cabin itself was small but solid, built from heavy logs that had aged with time. A small porch jutted out from the front, its wooden boards warped from years of exposure. The windows were smudged with dust, and the front door groaned when I pushed it open. Inside, the air smelled of old wood and damp stone. The main room had a fireplace, a small table with 2 chairs, and a kitchen area with outdated appliances. A single narrow hallway led to a bedroom with a simple bed and a dresser. It wasn't much, but it was enough that I unpacked, set my supplies on the counter, and tried to settle in. But from the moment I stepped inside, something felt off. It wasn't fear, not yet, but an unease that made the hairs on my arms stand up. The silence was absolute, thicker than I expected. I was used to the hum of distant traffic, the buzz of electronics, the murmur of voices through walls. But here, there was nothing, just the faint creak of the cabin shifting, the occasional whisper of wine through the trees, and the distant call of some unseen bird. That first night was restless. The mattress was stiff, and every small noise had me snapping awake. The wind picked up around midnight, howling through the trees like something alive. At one point, I thought I heard movement outside, something crunching oak,